Good afternoon. This is All India Radio, and I'm Punita Bakshi with the Midday News. The headlines. 7-judge Supreme Court bench to review pleas on entry of women in Sabarimala and other religious places, including mosques. The Apex Court dismisses all review petitions on Rafale fighter jets issue, saying they lack merit. Government hails the decision, says the truth has prevailed. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address 11th BRICS summit in Brasilia tonight. Haryana cabinet expanded with the induction of 10 new ministers. India International Trade Fair begins in New Delhi with the Ease of Doing Business theme. And in the Indore Cricket Test, Bangladesh were 133 for 5 wickets against India in their first innings when reports last came in. Supreme Court today said that restrictions on women in religious places was not limited to Sabarimala alone and was prevalent in other religions as well. The court referred all review pleas regarding Sabarimala, entry of women in mosques, and practice of female genital mutilation in the Dawoodi Bohra community to a larger 7-judge bench. Reading the verdict, Chief Justice of India, Ranjan Gogoi, said the endeavour of the petitioners was to revive debate on religion and faith. The bench included Justices A.M. Khanwilkar and Indu Malhotra. The Apex Court, by a majority verdict of 4-1 in September 2018, had lifted the ban that prevented women and girls between the age of 10 and 50 from entering the famous Ayyappa shrine in Kerala. It had also held that this centuries-old Hindu religious practice was illegal and unconstitutional. In another decision, the Apex Court today rejected a batch of review petitions seeking a court-monitored probe into the procurement of 36 Rafale fighter jets, saying review petitions were without merit. The court rejected pleas which had sought re-examination of the 14th December 2018 verdict, which said there was no occasion to doubt the decision-making process. Justice S.K. Kaul read out the judgment for a 3-judge bench. The Apex Court also rejected the contention that there was need for registration of FIR in connection with the deal. A batch of petitions, including those filed by former Union Ministers Yashwant Sinha and Arun Shourie and lawyer Prashant Bhushan, had sought a review alleging that material facts were suppressed and a criminal investigation should be filed in the case. Government has welcomed the Supreme Court's decision. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh welcomed the dismissal of the review petitions in the Rafale case. Mr. Singh said the NDA government stands vindicated with this pronouncement.
मैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के इस फैसले का स्वागत करता हूं और इससे हमारी सरकार के स्टैंड का विंडिकेशन हुआ है इस फैसले के परिणाम स्वरूप, बल्कि हमारी सरकार की जो डिसीजन मेकिंग की जो ट्रांसपेरेंसी है उस पर भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अपनी मुहर लगा दी है और राफेल के संबंध में जो भी निर्णय लिया गया था वो पूरी तरह से पारदर्शिता के आधार पर लिया गया था और साथ ही डिफेंस प्रिपेयर्डनेस की अर्जेंसी को ध्यान में रखकर यह फैसला किया गया था। राष्ट्रहित में यह फैसला था।
The Defence Minister said the issues pertaining to defence preparedness and national security should never be politicised. BJP today said Congress and party leader Rahul Gandhi must apologise to the country after Supreme Court rejected a batch of review petitions seeking probe into Rafale deal. Briefing media in New Delhi, Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said Mr. Gandhi deliberately misquoted Supreme Court and attributed Chaukidar remark to the Apex Court.
Today's decision of the Supreme Court rejecting the review of the Rafale decision is the victory of truth, is the victory of India's security, and is a recognition of the honest decision-making process of the Narendra Modi government. Let me formally make a clear demand that Congress party must apologize to the country and Rahul Gandhi in particular must apologize to the country.
BJP has said it is a huge victory for the Narendra Modi government and truth has triumphed. Talking to media in New Delhi, party spokesperson GVL Narasimha Rao said the petitions were politically motivated and an attempt to tarnish the reputation of BJP and NDA government. On the Apex Court's decision regarding Congress leader Rahul Gandhi wrongly attributing the Apex Court his Chaukidar remark in Rafale case, the BJP spokesperson said Congress now stands exposed in front of the whole country. On Supreme Court verdict on Sabarimala temple, Mr. Rao said BJP respects and welcomes the decision. He added that it is a matter of personal belief. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in summit-level talks of BRICS grouping in Brasilia today. All the leaders will first hold a closed-door meeting, which will be followed by the plenary session. Later, leaders will also hold dialogue with BRICS Business Council and New Development Bank. Council and the bank will also submit their reports to the leaders on the consensus built during yesterday's meetings and the road ahead. Today's summit-level talks will also be a reflection of Business Forum, where all the leaders came together and outlined their vision. BRICS Innovation Network, BRICS Institute of Future Network, and a Women Business Alliance will also be launched this year, which are expected to become milestones in empowering the BRICS societies. Our correspondent covering the Prime Minister's visit has filed this report.
BRICS Business Forum provided a platform to the leaders in the run-up to the summit. They mentioned the challenges faced by global economy and highlighted the role of BRICS in tackling them. All the leaders pitched for increasing the business and investment by reducing the regulatory hurdles and unnecessary trade barriers to enhance the interlinkages among both the businesses and the people. They also exhorted the businesses to exploit the economic complementarities among the BRICS economies. In today's restricted and plenary sessions, terrorism, digital economy, skill development, green energy, science, technology and innovation, and infrastructure development will top the agenda. Leaders have understood that success of BRICS is dependent on harmonious bilateral relations between the member countries. Therefore, they also met with each other on the sidelines to reinvigorate the ties. With Jitendra Deveri, this is Anshuman Mishra, AIR News, Brasilia.
India has responded strongly to Pakistan's juvenile propaganda over Kashmir and Ayodhya at the 40th UNESCO General Conference General Policy Debate in Paris. It condemned Pakistan's comments as fabricated lies and interference with its internal affairs. India's remarks came after Pakistan Education Minister Shafqat Mahmood expressed dismay at the Supreme Court's verdict on the Ayodhya land dispute case. He claimed it went against the UNESCO's values of religious freedom and called upon the international community to notice the injustice. An Indian representative said the judgment was about the rule of law and equal respect for all faiths. She said these concepts are alien to Pakistan and its ethos. India also responded to claims on the Kashmir issue. It insisted that the newly created union territories would remain an integral part of India. The first expansion of Haryana cabinet took place today. 10 more ministers have been included in the cabinet. Haryana Governor S.N. Arya administered the oath of office in secrecy to them at the Raj Bhavan in Chandigarh. More from our correspondent.
In the cabinet, 6 ministers have been included as cabinet ministers, while the 4 ministers will be of the rank of Minister of State with independent charge. Former minister and MLA from Ambala Kent, Anil Vij, former Haryana Assembly Speaker Kanwarpal Gurjar, MLA from Vallabhgarh Mulchand Sharma, independent MLA from Rania Ranjit Singh, MLA from Loharu Jayaprakash Dalal, MLA from Bawal Banwari Lal have taken an oath as a cabinet minister, while MLA from Narnaul Om Prakash Yadav, MLA from Pehova Sandeep Singh, MLA from Kalayat Kamlesh Thanda and MLA from Kulana Noop Dhanak have been administered the oath of Minister of State. Ashwini Kumar Sharma, AIR News, Chandigarh.
The induction of the 10 members takes the strength of Council of Ministers to 12. Among the ministers who took oath, 8 are from BJP and 1 from Jananayak Janata Party, JJP, and 1 independent. The BJP emerged as the single largest party in the recent assembly polls, but it fell short of 6 seats to form the government on its own. The party and the JJP, which secured 10 seats in the polls, decided to come together to form an alliance government in the state. On the 27th of last month, Mr. Khattar was sworn in as the Chief Minister for the second time, while JJP's Dushyant Chautala took oath as Deputy Chief Minister of the state. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi has called an all-party meeting on the 17th of this month ahead of the winter session of Parliament. The session will commence from the 18th of this month. It will conclude on the 13th of December. A Delhi court deferred its judgment in the case of alleged assault of several girls at a shelter home in Bihar's Muzaffarpur. The additional sessions judge deferred the verdict by a month till December 12. The accused, currently lodged in Tihar Central Jail, could not be brought to court's premises due to the ongoing lawyer strike in all 6 district courts in the national capital. In Karnataka, 15 Congress and JDS MLAs formally joined the Bharatiya Janata Party in Bengaluru today. State Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa and State BJP President Nalin Kumar Katil were present on the occasion. Mr. Yediyurappa expressed confidence that BJP will win all the constituencies, which goes to the by-polls on the 5th of December. He urged the party workers to extend all possible support to the disqualified MLAs. The state BJP president has been appointed party in charge for all the assembly segments going to by-polls. The Supreme Court yesterday upheld the disqualification of 17 Congress JDS MLAs by the then Speaker K.R. Ramesh Kumar, but allowed them to contest the 5th December by-polls. The 39th India International Trade Fair began at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi today. The theme this year is Ease of Doing Business. Union Minister for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, MSME, Nitin Gadkari, inaugurated the fair. In his address, Mr. Gadkari said, in the field of MSME, India's progress is very good till now.
The field of MSME, up till now our progress is very good. The 49% of the export of our country is basically from MSME. The growth of the country, the 29% contribution of MSME in the growth, at the same time creating more than 11 crore jobs, and that is the reason that MSME is the growth engine for the country.
The first 5 days of the event were reserved for business. The fair will be open for the general public from the 19th of this month. People can visit the fair from 9:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Several countries, including Australia, Iran, UK, Vietnam, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, Egypt, Hong Kong and Indonesia are participating in the 14-day trade fair. This year, the status of partner country has been accorded to Afghanistan. The nation is today remembering the first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, on his birth anniversary. The day is also celebrated as Children's Day. On the occasion, President Ramnath Kovind met children and young innovators at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Earlier, in a tweet, he said he is remembering Pandit Nehru on his 130th birth anniversary and looking forward to meet children. Paying tribute to Pandit Nehru, Vice President Venkaiah Naidu also wished children a very happy Children's Day. He said people must pledge that every child gets good education and a positive environment to grow up in life. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also paid tributes to Jawaharlal Nehru through Twitter. In cricket, Bangladesh were 140 for 7 at tea in their first innings against India on the opening day of the first test match in Indore. Earlier, Bangladesh skipper Mominul Haq won the toss and opted to bat in the opening test of the 2-match series. India included Ishant Sharma in the playing 11. The second test will be played in Kolkata from the 22nd of November. It will be the first day and night test. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. 7-judge Supreme Court bench to review pleas on entry of women in Sabarimala and other religious places, including mosques. Apex Court dismisses all review petitions on Rafale fighter jets issue, saying they lack merit. Government hails the decision, says the truth has prevailed. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address 11th BRICS summit in Brasilia tonight. Haryana cabinet expanded with the induction of 10 new ministers. India International Trade Fair begins in New Delhi with the Ease of Doing Business theme. In Indore Cricket Test, Bangladesh were 140 for 7 wickets at tea against India in their first innings. And with that, we end the midday news.